Hi guys, today's the day we're actually going to sell him, and he's going.
We've got both the keys, we've got passport, we've got the registration document, we've got our bank key, we're ready to go. Right, so we're on our way to the post office now. So what you have to do when you are buying a car, the person who owns the car will have a little slip of paper saying they own it. You simply go to the post office and the buyer pays about, I think it's $9, and you have to sign a little form. Just ask the post office of change of ownership for a car. They'll give you the form, both people sign it out, and then the car is all yours. Before you do this, obviously make sure that you get the money. We're going to the bank. They have the money in their bank account. It will transfer directly into our New Zealand bank account, but it's always best obviously to get the money beforehand before you change the ownership, because as soon as you change the ownership, then it's their car and it's no longer yours. So transfer the money. So we've got the money, then we do the change of ownership, then we walk back to the car, we hand them the keys, we shake their hand and we wish them goodbye. Let's go. We did it. We sold the car. We did it. Right. So this is what you need to do. In order to change the ownership of a car in New Zealand, you need to register the change of ownership at the post office. Now what you do in the post office, you'll pick up some forms, fill them out, hand them to the cashier, and they will sign and date it for you. Now the two forms that you'll need when you're in the post office, the first one will be a small one called sold/disposed of your vehicle form, and then the other one will be a slightly larger one, orange, and it will be change of registered persons-buyer form. Now we're going to focus on the smaller one first. So with this form, what you'll do is you fill out the vehicle details. So you fill out the registration plate, the date of sale, the make and the model of the car at the top. Then the seller of the car will fill out their last name and first name, and then the buyer of the car, again, last name and first name, and also their New Zealand physical address. Now this address can be their Airbnb, a hostel, a hotel, it doesn't really matter as long as it's an address that they've stayed in New Zealand. This is all I need on the form, and then the seller of the car will just sign it at the bottom to say, I have given notice that the vehicle described above has been sold/disposed of on the date stated. That's form done. Then the next form that you'll fill out is the change of registered persons-buyer form. Now for this one, the vehicle details at the top, all you need to fill out in this is the registration plate, the make and the model of the car. The other three boxes, including the VIN or chassis number, you don't need to fill out. They can get this information from the registration plate, so you don't need to fill out those boxes. Then the next one is the identification details. Now if the buyer of the car does not have a New Zealand driver's license, then you don't need to put any numbers in this box, but when you go up to the cashier, they will probably ask for their home driver's license, so make sure if you're buying a car that you have this on you when you hand in this form. But you don't need to fill it out if you don't have a New Zealand license. Then we move on to the industrial class or road transport code, whatever the hell that is. You don't need to fill that one out, don't worry about that one. Have you read all the important notes on the back of this form? No, we haven't. Details of the new registered person. Now this is the buyer of the car. What they'll do, they'll fill out their last name, first name, gender, date of birth, and again their New Zealand physical address, just an address they've stayed at in New Zealand, doesn't really matter. And then also the signature of the new registered person, they'll sign it at the bottom. You can put your phone number on if you want to, and then both the forms are all filled out. So after you've filled out both these forms, then you'll take them both to the cashier desk, you hand them over, they will type all the information into their system, and then they will ask for a $9 transfer fee. Now the buyer of the car will pay this transfer fee. This is so that each person only has to pay this fee once. When you buy the car, you pay the $9. When you sell the car, the person who buys it pays the $9. So after they've done this, they'll sign it, stamp it, write everything on, and then what they'll do is they'll tear off this little slip of paper at the bottom, and then this tiny little grey slip of paper here is proof that you own a car in New Zealand. So you need to keep this very safe and secure. And now we get to the issue of payment. The simplest and easiest way obviously is to just do it in cash, all there, done and dusted. You can also do a New Zealand bank transfer. Now, you can do this with any bank, ANZ, BNZ, Westpac or such, but if you can, we would definitely recommend that you do it with Kiwibank, since Kiwibank and Post Office are in the same room, and the same cashier behind the desk can not only do the change of ownership form, but can also do the bank transfer for you, and they can do it all in one go, do everything, and issue out all the receipts, and it's all there done by one person in one go. This is what we did, and we found this really convenient. If you really wanted to go old-fashioned, you could pay via check, although we wouldn't recommend you do this. And then the final option is an international or an overseas bank transfer. Now, because these can take between 1 and 3 business days to go through, it can be a little uncomfortable for both parties, as either the buyer of the car has already transferred the money but hasn't received the car change of ownership yet, or the seller has changed the ownership of the car but hasn't received the money through into their bank account. What I recommend, if you are planning on doing one of these, then what you need to do is make sure you 100% trust the person that you're either buying or selling the car to, iron out all the kinks and make sure each party knows exactly what is happening, when it's happening, and that should be fine. Have you ever bought or sold a car in New Zealand? Did you have an easier or a more difficult time of it? If you think any of our viewers should know anything else, then put them down in the comments below. Don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up if it helped you and you enjoyed it. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram to stay up to date, and subscribe for more helpful videos like these. We'll see you next time, guys.